Good evening. Welcome to Election Night at the Sacramento Bee. I'm Jack Ohman. I'm the editorial cartoonist and associate editor, and I'm with Dan Morain, who's the editorial page editor of the Bee. Dan, tonight the Democratic supermajority is in play. How do you see that working tonight?
Well, so the Democrats, I think, are going to sweep all the down-ballot offices. The question is whether they're going to have a supermajority in the legislature. My bet is not. My bet is that the Republicans ought to be able to eke out enough to deny a supermajority for the Democrats.
Can you name a couple hot races that you're looking at right now?
Sure. Andy Videk is a Republican incumbent down in Bakersfield. He's in a tough race. He may pull it out. I don't know. Certainly, the Janet Wynn race down in Orange County is key, and from what I gather, she seems to be doing well. Certainly is raising a ton of money, and if that's an indication, then I think in those races, Republicans probably ought to do well. On the Assembly side, one of the more interesting races is the Adam Gray race down in the Modesto area. He's a Democrat. He's also a moderate, and the Republicans came in full bore to try to knock him out. And so he's fought back by sending some really nasty mailers against the Republican Party chairman. It's kind of interesting. Mm-hmm. I think he probably will eke it out. The question will be whether this moderate Democrat then turns a little more partisan, given that the Republicans have come after him so hard.
I wonder how many pounds of mailers went out in all these districts.
Well,
I think we lost Big Sur just on trees, right?
Well, they can't cut too many trees in Big Sur; they get fined. but we got 9 at our house this morning. I counted
9. That's not very many
for
at all.
A decline to state and 2 voters.
Wow. Well, we got an entire redwood. So let's go to the 7th Congressional District, where Doug Osee is challenging Ami Bera. How do you think that's looking?
Well, it all depends on turnout, and turnout is probably going to be very low, and it's interesting. One of the reasons that turnout is so miserable in so many of these races is because the advertising has been so negative, and so one effect
it has
been really negative, and one effect of negative advertising is it drives down voter interest and suppresses voter turnout. So to the extent that this has been such an ugly campaign, I think it will hurt Bera because he needs more Democrats to turn out and moderates to turn out. I'm not sure he's going to get that.
So this was the #1 House race in the country for spending it. $17.6 million was the last figure I saw.
Yeah, that's the last one I saw. So it's neck and neck with a House seat down in Arizona. Arizona's got 3 seats that could flip from Democrat to Republican, 3 out of 9. So this is playing out all around the country. Democrats have a hard time this year.
How many seats in California are technically in play tonight?
5.
Just 5?
5.
Out of 53?
Out of 53.
Wow.
And there are 15 nationally that are in play out of 435. Okay,
so let's talk about redistricting. So that has a strong impact.
It's a fascinating topic, and I'm so glad you asked about it.
I'm here to serve.
So redistricting is one of the main reasons why Republicans maintain control of the House. In 2012, more Democrats voted than did Republicans, but Republicans had significant gains, and they'll probably have more gains tonight. And one of the reasons is the districts have been gerrymandered in such a way that they help Republicans. Not that I get my news from the Daily Show, but on occasion I do. And the satirist
I watch Walter Cronkite, but go ahead.
Is he still alive?
Just no.
Oh, okay. So, no, you should. So the satirist had a pretty funny take on the city of Austin, very little city in Texas. It's represented by 5 members of Congress, 4 of whom are Republicans. This is the impact of partisan redistricting, something California doesn't have, and one other state, Arizona. So in Arizona, the Republican-controlled legislature has filed a lawsuit which is now pending before the U.S. Supreme Court, and this lawsuit could undermine the ability of California and Arizona to redistrict with a citizens commission. Very significant in terms of the next election.
So does California have any amusingly shaped congressional districts?
No, they're pretty rational.
Hmm.
They are pretty rational, and the reason is that they were drawn by this Citizens Redistricting Commission, which clearly had some political pressures that it dealt with, but by and large, the districts are fairly drawn.
Very good. Thanks a lot, Dan.
Well, it's certainly been my pleasure, Jack.
It's been more than my pleasure.
Okay, thank you.
Jack Ohman, Sacramento Bee with Dan Morain.